I have disliked President Sunday since forever. I think he is a fraud. President Sunday was a Vosh orbiter who ultimately tried to make a name for himself by being a Destiny A-logger and theory breadtuber. He has gotten into all sorts of weird drama, but otherwise entrenched himself in the crowd overlapping the commentary community space with commentary YouTubers Queeman and ChudLogic. Now, I have long since accepted that nobody actually cares about the victim in many circumstances. This is a natural part of commentary, and this is a natural part of YouTube. Now, here's the thing. Neither do I. Except on some human level, of course. But main character syndrome and thinking yourself as always being justified and right is totally a thing. Cognitive dissonance plays a huge factor in content creation, especially in the commentary circles. You can admit to yourself late at night, oh yeah, I don't actually care about the victim. But really, when you're speaking to your audience and when you're speaking to yourself most of the time, you tell yourself, yeah, I actually do care about the victim. But at the bottom of your wallet, it is 100% just clout and revenue. And this is where Sunday becomes relevant. Since forever, I don't think he acts in good faith, and he actually plays up how much he cares about certain issues in order to virtue signal to cover for how much he actually wants the clout. Now, when it comes to the Destiny scenario, it's amazing how much of this is shown through his actions versus what he says. Now, Pixie, the victim of Destiny here, Pixie is confirmed to have been suicidal before, as revealed in the text between her and Erudite. Now, Sunday has access to these texts. I respect President Sunday here, which is exactly why I'm going to assume he's not stupid and he actually knows that Pixie is suicidal. Is it really that much of a far stretch to say that Pixie is going to be suicidal because their nudes and sex leaks are out there in public for any of their real life friends and family to see, especially since Pixie is actually physically moving through the states in order to come and help out at the canvassing at X and Y? Is it really that much of a surprise that Pixie might have told one or two family members or friends, and then if they do search her up now, that they might come across these sex leaks? No, right? Absolutely they might actually find it, and absolutely it might actually make her feel suicidal. This is ultimately pretty funny because Sunday, you can't make this up, okay? He tries to frame himself as a victim defender.
And if it is allowed to continue, the obvious result of recklessly sharing these intimate images with strangers occurs, and they are publicly exposed for all to see to the detriment of these people's reputations, mental health, and safety. He is able to buy off his victims and use their purchased silence as moral ammunition to shut down anyone who would try to hold him accountable for what is clearly grossly unethical conduct.
And it's like, that's my principal issue.
And she desperately doesn't want her family to know. And if I cover it, there's a good chance they will find out.
Oh, 100%. Why do you think I haven't covered this at all? Like, that's my principal issue.
Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, this is his principled position. Oh,
And look, all right, why? It's not even like a secret that he's part of the Queeman ChudLogic crowd, who, at least for Queeman's crowd, they hate Pixie. Queeman A-logs Pixie, makes fun of her mental issues, makes fun of her as a whole. So it's like, it's kind of funny for Sunday to kind of go like, oh yeah, I'm like this person who really cares about the crime here, right? The victim or the social consequences, whatever, right? Like he tries to give off this aura of caring and empathy, but like I just don't see that at all. Like it doesn't make it isn't congruent with his actual position in these social circles. Now, he then says that she is trying to profit off of this.
Repeatedly talk her down from. The condition of this financial compensation is, of course, Pixie's continued silence. This would seem to imply that Pixie's decision to not go public is not because she is afraid of the repercussions, or else she wouldn't be threatening Destiny directly with legal action or public denunciations, but because she wants to profit personally off of extorting Destiny.
I mean, yeah, sure. Honestly, if someone's nudes were unconsensually leaked, why would you not get that money. Why would you not get that back? So the fact that he is trying to paint her as some kind of extortionist or whatever, is it really extortion? Or is it the fact that, hey, I feel like I need fair compensation for this. This is kind of crazy, right? Like, for example, if you got a workplace injury, you tripped and fell over, okay, because you're a blue collar office worker, whatever, right? Is it extortion to try and seek workplace compensation, some kind of grievance compensation for your workplace injury? It's like, where are we? Extortion implies that the person asking for the money is doing something wrong, which I don't think in this case is. And in addition, it just feels super slimy how Sunday feels as though he really wants this story to be public somehow so he can begin farming clout off of Destiny's Fall, which, I mean, he is right now. But like, here's the thing, Nicholas DiOrio, alright, had a call obviously with President Sunday, but the thing is that Nicholas DiOrio has a lot of credibility. President Sunday does not, because he's unhinged. So the thing is that he wants Nicholas DiOrio to go public, so then he is able to go public. He needs to have Nicholas DiOrio's narrative support, right? He needs the credibility to help him out.
The issue I have with this is there's no story unless that person is involved. And if that person's not involved and it becomes their word against any other person's word, then that's a loss 100 times out of 100, and it's like a career-ruining loss.
What specifically would have to happen to trigger some kind of, determinate position on this in public for you?
I mean, I'll be super candid about it. Pixie would need to talk.
Yeah. Would she have to talk publicly? Or do you just have to see it?
No, I think I've already seen it. I think she needs to talk publicly.
So it's especially problematic when Nicholas DiOrio says, oh, the victim has to be involved in the story. Like, the story being released has to have the support of the victim. And then Sunday just kind of releases the videos anyway.
We are launching 2 videos tomorrow morning.
Oh no.
And guess who's coming along for the ride?
Who?
Well, if he was German, one speculates his name might be something like Christoph der Snickerdoodle.
Wait, Kraut? Oh, no. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm. Now I don't know. I guess Kraut. I don't. Who's?
I said, if he was German, his name might be Christoph der Snickerdoodle.
I'm not getting
No,
it.
I deliberated about it hard. I got to reference our conversation tomorrow. It's a public interest thing. It lays bare the issue. I put you in a positive light.
Now, the thing is that this isn't even just about the Pixie situation, right? Because we're bringing into question a lot of what Sunday alleges to care about in the past, right? One thing he claims to care about is the Israel and Palestine conflict, the dead Palestinian children, right? It wouldn't surprise me if he just wanted to farm Destiny off his pro-Israel take by virtue signaling about Gaza, right? Does he actually care about the dead Palestinian children? No, I don't think so, okay? He could convince himself that he cares. Well, then he is delusional about it, I think. Also, it brings into question his pretentiousness about mental health, because he is a part of Chud and Queeman's fan base. There's no dancing around that line. He is absolutely a part of it. And they tend to have a looser view compared with Sunday on mental health. By looser, that is just putting it kindly, because Chud and Queeman go full in on bashing mental health, on bashing these kinds of things. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that as part of being a content creator on the internet or whatever, but the thing is that it kind of shows a certain soft hypocrisy, right, between what Sunday cares about versus his own personal actions. It's just kind of like Squid Game's recruiter at the homeless shelter offering people bread and lottery tickets, right? It's kind of like that. That's how incongruent it is. And it also brings into question how much Sunday cares about trans people. I think it's objectively true that Chud Logics and Queeman's audiences are overall on average transphobic. Whether you view this as a good or bad thing is up to you, but it's still objectively true. And Sunday claims to care a lot about transphobia. That's just the truth. He has a lot of trans people in his audience. So it's like, oh man, it's like, you know what? Whatever. And then you're probably wondering like, but Foodshops, isn't this guilt by association? Oh, you're so right. Not So Erudite is perfectly innocent now because she's a different person from Steven. No, you moron! His personal brand is about being anti-transphobia and pro-mental health awareness. And he associates his brand with these people. But Foodshops, Innocy is financially tied to Destiny. So? Sunday gets revenue and clout and attention in part from audience attention, directly or indirectly from his socializing with Chud's community. He has his own audience, but now he shares in some viewers who no doubt contributes towards the success of his streaming career. And honestly, he's practically a Queeman and Chud Logic Orbiter anyway. Honestly, in my opinion, you really shouldn't take Sunday seriously at the end of the day. He's like if you took a piece of poop and slapped a post-it note on it that says leftist crumb tuber. And honestly, he's probably less than that because at least the poop would make good fertilizer, which would make things grow. I don't think Sunday contributes neither a leftist revolution nor photosynthesis, and we'll just leave it at that.